This is CBC Here and Now.
The noise you hear in the background is a search and rescue helicopter. Sent them out to look for Premier Ball. In case you haven't noticed Premier Ball, the arse is out of her.
As long as it takes.
From the picket line to provincial offices, Unifor workers are not backing down.
Good evening, I'm Anthony Germain.
And I'm Debbie Cooper. Union officials are expanding their fight in Gander today. Unifor has flown in hundreds of people to support locked-out workers at DJ Composites.
They declared the plant was shut down until further notice. Today, they're taking even more steps.
Here now's Garrett Barry is live from the picket line again tonight. What is the latest, Garrett?
Well, as you can see behind me, they're getting pretty comfortable here on the picket line. It used to be actually just a couple moments ago they were having a little dance, and some people sitting around listening to music now, but I'm also going to show you something else. I'm just going to move the camera here so you can get a good view. All around the DJ Composites plant, the Unifor has installed fencing, hundreds of meters of it, and now that they've figured they have total control of this plant, they're taking their fight to the provincial government. Sitting in at MHA John Haggie's office and the office of Labour Minister Al Hawkins, demanding to be heard.
I think the government still doesn't understand their responsibility or take it very seriously. They have a serious responsibility to help us end this 93-week dispute. And we're insisting that the Premier and the two ministers actually step in and play a leading role here.
They want government to start pressuring the employer, calling for binding arbitration even if it means disruption.
One day stronger! We're here as long as it takes to get a resolve. We said this yesterday, we said it last week, we said it a month ago that we were going to be escalating our defense of these 30 workers.
While they were sitting in, Unifor's national president rallied the troops with an attack on the Premier.
Now, when I say Premier Ball, I want you to say useless. Premier Ball! Useless! Premier Ball! Useless! Premier Ball! Useless! That's right. And I'm saying that out of complete lack of respect. Because of the complete lack of respect you have shown these 30 families.
He defended Unifor against any accusation they aren't doing enough to get a deal done.
Has this gone on far too long? The answer is yes. Should we have done this before today? The answer is yes. So all I can do is apologize to the 30 families for it taking so long. But we have tried everything, every legal channel, through the courts, through everything, to try to get this thing fixed.
Now, a spokesperson for Al Hawkins says that he did have a discussion with both union activists and the company today, and that spokesperson says that the minister urged both sides to do anything possible to get a deal done quickly. But as you can tell here, that's not good enough for these union activists who are pledging, as you heard, they're going to fight and stay here for as long as it takes before their demands are met. Reporting live for Here Now, I'm Garrett Barry in Gander.
There's more troubling news tonight about the Muskrat Falls project. Billions over budget, years behind schedule, the subject of the public inquiry to determine what went wrong. But now there's word the principal contractor is not paying its bills. Our Terry Roberts is following that story today.
Astaldi Canada is a major player at Muskrat Falls. The company is building the hydroelectric generating plant on the Churchill River. Now, it's already had to go to Nalcor for hundreds of millions of extra dollars to complete the project. Now, these mechanics' liens show that more trouble is brewing, this time with the unions at Muskrat Falls and with a well-known airline in this province.
First, to the situation with the unions. Court documents allege Astaldi deducted nearly $8 million from unionized workers in July and August for benefits such as pensions and health and training programs. But this money has not been remitted into the union's benefits plans. The Resource Development Trades Council filed the initial claim for a $7.8 million lien on August 30th. The council is an umbrella group for 16 unions at Muskrat Falls. It's a similar situation with PAL Airlines. The company has been transporting passengers and cargo to Muskrat Falls for Astaldi since construction began. Multiple flights every day during peak construction times. But according to this document, PAL is owed more than $4.2 million by Astaldi. No payments to the airline since May, but PAL is continuing to provide flight services. That's $12 million in payments outstanding to the unions and the airline. and sources say other companies are lining up as well. No one from the unions or the airline agreeing to talk, though one source described the situation as deeply concerning. Both liens were filed against government-owned Nalcor and its subsidiaries, which are owners of the Muskrat Falls site. CEO Stan Marshall would not agree to an interview, but a Nalcor statement said Astaldi is continuing the work it was contracted to do. Nalcor says it also has performance securities in place in case Astaldi does not meet its obligations. Premier Dwight Ball says he's aware of the situation, but is confident Nalcor and Stan Marshall can handle it.
Well, I'm not at all concerned when Stan Marshall's at the helm there of Nalcor right now. He has the experience to absolutely guide away and get this project finished strong right now. So we're nearing the final days now with Astaldi, so we leave those negotiations right where it belongs, and that's with the CEO of Nalcor.
Now, we've had no luck reaching Astaldi on this, either here in Labrador or in Italy, where the company is based. Now, there's one thing we do know. Astaldi is just about finished in Labrador and will be leaving soon. Now, the companies that are owed money just hope they're paid before that happens. Terry Roberts, CBC News, Happy Valley Goose Bay.
Well, a man is in hospital tonight after falling 40 feet from the roof of a St. John's home. The man is seriously injured. He was working on the roof this morning at a house on Rennie's Mill Road. It's believed the man, who was in his 30s, was not the only worker on the roof when the incident happened. Occupational health and safety officials were on the scene, as well as the police.
An epic legal saga is over, and the former general manager of Hickman Equipment has been sentenced for his role in the fraud case. Hubert Hunt entered a guilty plea last week on a single charge of conspiring to commit fraud over $5,000. He's been handed a one-year conditional sentence for his role in a case that saw creditors owed a staggering $110 million. Hunt was one of 4 managers at the heavy equipment company jointly charged in the case.
Well, these shovels are Capital Hyundai's sign of confidence in this province's economy. Capital Auto Group announced today that it's expanding its St. John's Hyundai dealership to double its current size. When the renovations are completed, the company says the business will be 68,000 square feet. That's the largest Hyundai dealership in Canada. The number of staff is expected to double to 150.
Speaking of businesses, Costco is getting closer to opening its doors in Galway. The company announced some months ago it will be moving from the east end of St. John's to Danny Williams' new subdivision. Construction is continuing at the new site for the store. Back in March, Williams said the opening date rests with the company, but suggested doors could be open as early as Halloween. The original target date was for last November, but that got pushed back as the building went through several design changes. The new Costco building will be larger than the one on Stefanger Drive.
The name of our project is Horses in Motion, Breaking Down Barriers.
Erin Gallant and her company Stable Life are trying to win an online contest so they can expand their services. I'm Jeremy Eaton, and I'll tell you what they do coming up on Here and Now.
Well, rain on the way for the Avalon tonight and tomorrow, but Central and the West are in for a good dose of rain Friday night, up to 40 millimeters possible. I'll break it all down coming up.
If you use a security system for your home or business, this next story affects you. After more than 3 years of delays, the province is scrapping its alarm management program. That plan would have charged you for false or cancelled alarms. Jen White has that CBC Investigate story for you now.
PC government announced the alarm management program as part of Budget 2015 to help cut back on police time wasted while responding to false alarms. It would have meant a $100 fee for false alarm calls that the RNC or RCMP responded to, $50 for cancelled alarms.
You know, the primary focus here is not on collecting fees, it's actually on deterring people for deterring false alarm calls and having people be a little more mindful, a little more responsible of their alarm systems and reduce the number of calls that we're having to respond to.
According to documents obtained through Access to Information, the RNC received more than 12,000 security alarm calls in 2014 across its 3 regions. More than 99% of those were duds.
It's a major issue because, of course, when you're taking your resources and deploying them to false alarm calls, we cannot undertake doing other proactive policing initiatives.
Now, after years of delays, Justice Minister Andrew Parsons says they're not moving forward with the program as is.
There's got to be a better way than just having a fee tacked on to people. When you think about the purpose of the systems, is for their safety. And when people are going to be turning their systems off because they don't want to pay that fee, these systems can be complicated, especially for people that are just getting them, and we have senior citizens and vulnerable people. So those are not the people that I want to be imposing this on.
But the program did have a cost on taxpayers. The access to information documents show an administrative officer was hired in 2016 with a salary of almost $50,000 to help administer a program that didn't exist.
So what has that person been doing?
Well, that position's been vacant now for well over a year, so that person is still not working. There was a position that had been previously contemplated to come up with some of this policy. I don't know how they had done it previously. And we've got a significant amount of work that has been done that will help us still going forward. But no, we're not funding that position right now.
Chief Joe Boland says the number of false alarms has decreased slightly by about 1,500 calls, but it still remains a major issue for the RNC.
It's outrageous, like it's 99+% of the alarms are false. So there still has to be a strategy here to address the issue, because it does take away from officers' time to be in the community, to be visible.
Boland and Parsons agree that it's going to take collaboration between police, government, security alarm companies, as well as home and business owners with systems like these to find a solution. But at this point, there's no idea what that solution could be or when it could be implemented. Jen White, CBC News, St. John's.
In international news tonight, one of the women accusing U.S. Supreme Court nominee Brett Kavanaugh of sexual assault testified today in Washington. Christine Blasey Ford gave a detailed account of what she says Kavanaugh did to her at a high school party when she was 15 years old.
I was pushed onto the bed, and Brett got on top of me. He began running his hands over my body and grinding into me. I yelled, hoping that someone downstairs might hear me, and I tried to get away from him, but his weight was heavy. I believed he was going to rape me. I tried to yell for help. When I did, Brett put his hand over my mouth to stop me from yelling.
Ford, a California psychology professor, told the hearing those moments have had a lasting effect on her life. As for Brett Kavanaugh, he gave his side of the story a short time after Christine Blasey Ford. He denied all allegations, denied assaulting anyone, and referred to the past 2 weeks as a calculated political hit.
I was not at the party described by Dr. Ford. This confirmation process has become a national disgrace. This is a circus. The consequences will extend long past my nomination. The consequences will be with us for decades. This grotesque and coordinated character assassination will dissuade competent and good people of all political persuasions from serving our country.
The Judiciary Committee is scheduled to vote tomorrow on whether to approve Kavanaugh's nomination as the Supreme Court judge. It would then go to the full Senate for final confirmation.
Back in this province now, MUN students are fighting back against transphobic stickers that were posted in gender-neutral washrooms on the St. John's campus. The stickers, which have phrases such as "women don't have penises," first cropped up last week, and they've been spotted in several buildings across the campus. The Students' Union met today, and will meet again tomorrow to consider its options. It wants to make it clear that students and faculty won't tolerate such messages. Transgender student rep Andrew Kenny says the incident is a reminder that trans discrimination still exists.
It's definitely, it makes me uneasy. You know, putting the gender-neutral washrooms in place was a huge step for you know, trans people on campus feeling safe, and now that those areas have been targeted, yeah, it's disheartening, and it's kind of scary.
Premier Dwight Ball is busy tonight with a $500 per plate fundraising dinner in St. John's. The event is expected to be a sort of kickoff to the 2019 election campaign. Here now's Ryan Cook joins us now from the Sheraton. Ryan, what's the scene like there tonight?
Well, Debbie, it's pretty jubilant here so far. A lot of money in this room here tonight. All the biggest Liberal contributors, from business people to politicians past and present, philanthropists. And it's worth noting, this is the same event where last year Dwight Ball dropped the news that the party was calling an inquiry into the Muskrat Falls project. But tonight we're not really expecting any bombshells. Instead, we've been told that Ball will use this keynote speech to go after Chess Crosby. The message is free to into question claims that Crosby has made throughout the by-election, which of course he won last week, namely the claim of lower taxes. Ball says that Crosby hasn't mentioned anything of substance, also on the issue of lessening the burden of Muskrat Falls for ratepayers and taxpayers. So again, the message tonight will be attacking Crosby next election. It's also possible tonight we'll see what doesn't. He'll have a very captive of all of his biggest supporters.
And our apologies for the interference there in our picture from our reporter Ryan Cook, who's live tonight at the Sheraton, where Premier Dwight Ball is holding a $500 a plate fundraising dinner. Now returning to the story out of Gander, where Unifor members are holding a mega rally in support of locked out employees of DJ Composites. CBC News has just received a statement from DJ Composites. The company says it is their full intention to make the Gander facility profitable and self-sustaining, but if they fail to reach an agreement with the union, tough decisions will have to be made. The company says it was preparing to communicate with Unifor when illegal picketing began. The company's statement reads in part, "We are currently more consumed in operational issues of supporting the U.S. warfighter over attempting to negotiate with thugs. We are prepared to return to the bargaining table, but only after the knife is removed from our throat. And we'll have more on our website, cbc.ca/NL. Well, a group dedicated to helping others through horse therapy hopes an influx of cash will allow them to expand.
Spirit Horse NL has made headlines before by bringing horses into HMP, and now its owner hopes that an online contest will help the program reach other organizations.
Here now's Jeremy Eaton has that story.
Loosens up the hairs, it helps kind of bring all the dust up to the surface.
Everything that Erin Gallant does at the Stable Life Barn is hands-on. The horses at the center of what they do.
A little bit of everything. We do equine-assisted peer supporter, equine-assisted learning, equine-assisted therapy, whatever you want to call it. I'm a trained and certified peer supporter, meaning that I also have mental health issues. So I can relate to a lot of the people that come to me because of my own lived experience, and we share those stories.
2 years ago, the nonprofit built this barn, the Hope Center. It's where she takes people for a ride, including a CBC reporter who has never ridden a horse before.
If he moves, I got you. You see, we have some obstacles in the corners. We have a bridge that's flipped up. We have the restart button. A lot of that has meaning. Sometimes this arena is not just an arena. It can represent society for people, and people learn life skills and coping strategies.
Gallant doesn't get any funding and relies on donated time and her own cash. Recently, the infamous Merbuys dropped a lot of money into her saddle, more than $300,000.
That changed our life. I say to people jokingly that we were living hay bale to hay bale. There was no paycheck for me, but we were doing the work anyway. We were helping people and supporting people. That money has allowed us to do completely different things. We already had the arena and the barn and all that stuff, the horses. So that money is going directly to offering programs, offering free scholarships to people, free sessions.
Gallant is now looking for more help entering the Avia Community Fund contest based on online votes that could see $100,000 come to her stables. Her pitch is called Horses in Motion, Breaking Down Barriers.
So we want to bring our horses out to the community. We want to expand the work that we've already been doing to places that we might not even know want us to come yet. But we're really excited about it because it's made such a difference in people's lives of us bringing the horses.
Glantz says that voting in the online contest will end October 4th. Now, she's hopeful that the stable can be victorious so that Stable Life can expand the services that it already offers. Jeremy Eaton, CBC News, Portugal Cove, St. Phillips.
Well, there's word tonight that Canadian broadcast legend and Newfoundlander Bob Cole is going to be back in the broadcast booth for his 50th and final year on Hockey Night in Canada. Cole is scheduled to call 10 games, all of which will come in the first half of the season. His first game of the year will be on Hockey Night in Canada on Saturday, October the 6th, for a game between Montreal and Pittsburgh.
Cole began his hockey broadcasting career with VOCM Radio in his hometown of St. John's before moving into television in 1973. In addition to 50 years on Hockey Night in Canada, he is a Gemini award-winning broadcaster, a member of the Order of Canada, and a member of the Hockey Hall of Fame. There will be a tribute in his honor with details to come at a later date.
Well, check out that lineup. We are at the night market in Mount Pearl, where right now there is a feeding frenzy. Food trucks that way, market this way. More than 30 local businesses are here, and the crowd is loving it. Don't go away. After the break, we've got a live look at what people are buying.
Okay, all right. Topical songs. Taxes. So here's go away. Go. potholes. Pot. Yeah, pot. Hey, what if we just let the listeners decide? Sound good?
Panting under pressure.
Tomorrow on the St. John's Morning Show with me, Fred Hutton.
And me, Chrissy Holmes.
A luxury liner cruised into Corner Brook today.
The Queen Mary 2 is one of the biggest ships to dock in Corner Brook. The very large and fancy vessel has multiple dining rooms and a large library holding up to 2,800 passengers.
It sailed through the Bay of Islands and docked in the city for the afternoon. Many of the people on board walked around the city's trails, checking out the sights and attractions.
It's absolutely gorgeous. I mean, it's such a lovely harbor, and we're from Chicago. We don't see a lot of mountains.
Came to the right place.
Exactly.
Mountain and trees. Very different. We really didn't know what to expect. Lots of hills.
Lots of hills.
But very nice. Wish the weather was a little better, but we enjoyed our walk and enjoyed our time in town.
Well, yeah, it's definitely very quaint and just beautiful. I was just saying, like, I'm originally from Alberta, and of course we have the Rockies there, and they go quite high, but it's bare up top. But these are all it's green all over. I think that's very amazing and beautiful to see that.
So a little bit of rain out on the west coast.
Yes, a bit of rain out there and more rain to come tomorrow night. Boy, oh boy, a lot of rain actually for parts of the west coast and for parts of central. But today was great in St. John's, wasn't it?
Yeah, beautiful.
Pretty good.
Sunshine, got up to 18 degrees in St. John's. Actually, I'm going to start with a look at the highs today. So yeah, 18 in St. John's, 19 in Badger. It was 19 in Corner Brook this morning, but all day today, those temperatures have been dropping down. And we do have a system that's going to bring a steady stream of showers to the Burin Peninsula and Avalon Peninsula overnight tonight and tomorrow. And the west coast up the Northern Peninsula have a frost advisory in effect for tonight as well. So take note of that. This is the steady stream that I was just talking about, continuing pretty much all night tonight. The rest of the island, though, looking nice and clear as well as for Labrador. So lots of clear skies. Just this part of the province going to get some wet weather continuing on through to the morning and throughout the day tomorrow. So about 5 to 10 millimeters expected for the Avalon Peninsula, about 5 millimeters for the Marystown area overnight tonight. Overnight lows 11 degrees in St. John's, 5 in Corner Brook. Lots of clear skies there as well as in Labrador. A little bit breezy, southwesterly winds 30 gusting to 50, but temperatures hovering around the freezing mark. So a chilly one for sure. Up there tonight, Friday morning, here we are. That rain is still continuing throughout the day, and we have this other band of rain coming up through later in the afternoon. So we will have some showers for the southwest coast and the west coast, but that will be much later in the afternoon and then continuing into Friday night. So we have about 15 millimeters of rain expected for the Burin Peninsula tomorrow. Another 5 millimeters of rain for St. John's. 12 degrees as the high, so definitely not as nice as it was today. As we head into central areas, a chance of some light showers throughout the day there. Harbor Breton looking at about 5 to 10 millimeters of rain coming through. And then for the west coast, that rain starting in the afternoon, but really intensifying as we head into the evening. So about 5 millimeters of rain for the Burgeo and Port aux Basques area in the daytime hours, but then continuing on into the nighttime. So the Straits looking at a mix of sun and cloud, mostly temperatures around 12, 13 degrees for southeastern Labrador. For the rest of Labrador, looking quite nice. Happy Valley Goose Bay, a mix of sun and cloud there, and 14 degrees as the high. Now, as I said, tomorrow evening is when the weather is really going to come through. You can see the system, all of that yellow, really heavy rain downpours. We do have a special weather statement in effect for those areas from Port aux Basques up to Gros Morne, over to Bonavista North and Buckens in the interior. About 25 to 40 millimeters of rain expected to come down there. I'll get into more of those details a little bit later. But it's time now to check in with Zach Gowdy, who's in Mount Pearl tonight for their night market set up at Centennial Square. So Zach, how's it going down there?
Well, just take a look, Carolyn. Those light showers aren't keeping anybody away. In fact, this crowd started lining up mid-afternoon. Right now, a literal feeding frenzy at the night market in Mount Carroll. Let me just show you around quickly. The food truck section is this way. Over here, the market, more than 30 local businesses are here. It's all about food, local shopping, and bringing people together. Erin Ballett is the founder of the night market. She also runs the Scout Vintage Clothing Truck. Erin, congratulations on the great success here tonight.
Oh, thank you.
So why did you think that an event like this is something our community needed?
Well, I saw how popular the farmers market in St. John's was, and it was only on Saturday mornings, which a lot of people can't make it to. So I thought that we could have another day of the week where we do something, to bring everybody together for a free, inclusive, outdoor event.
There's so many, such a variety of businesses here. Like when you started this thing, was your phone ringing with dog treat vendors and homemade soap enthusiasts? Henna painting is happening over here. Were people wanting to get in touch with you to take part?
Yeah, people are still, like even 5 minutes ago, people were trying to set up tables here. So yeah, it's constant now. Everyone's really interested in it. And I've made a really great network of local businesses, so I've got all of their contacts now, and when I have a plan, then I can just call them. I don't even need to post or advertise looking for vendors. I have so many waiting.
And some of these vendors normally operate only through Facebook or online. What does it mean to them to get them all together in one space like this?
Well, I think it's excellent for small business. We all band together, everyone, we bring our own customers, and then we have a turnout of thousands because of all of us bringing people.
And it was such a great idea to bring it out to Mount Pearl tonight after a successful summer in downtown St. John's.
Yeah, I did 7 of them in St. John's, and the city of Mount Pearl contacted me, and they said that they wanted to do something like this there, if we could just get everybody and come in and do it for the town of Mount Pearl.
Well, you've done a great thing for people here tonight, Erin. Thanks so much for chatting with us.
Yeah, thank you. Thanks for coming.
All right, I'm going to try to go spend some money, get in some of those lineups. Debbie and Anthony, I'll throw it back to you. Any orders, any requests back at the station?
You'll have to do some reconnaissance and let us know what our options are.
I'll keep you posted.
Thank you, Zach. That looks fantastic.
Yeah, absolutely. And obviously really, really busy, big lineups, but they're lining up since mid-afternoon, so it gives you a sense of the popularity. Good
Excellent.
We are 10 years later still advocating for the same improvements. So I think it's time to change the schools act.
Our story about the young girl who was allegedly sexually assaulted by a teen while on a school bus has a lot of people talking, including the people who lobby on behalf of parents and school councils in the province. My conversation with Ruby Hoskins is next. The province's Information and Privacy Commissioner is weighing in on our story from yesterday. Donovan Malloy says cameras can be installed on school buses, but he feels it's a last resort. Malloy was responding to the call to improve the safety of children on school buses after a teenage boy was charged with 3 counts of sexual assault, allegedly against 2 victims in Western Newfoundland. Malloy says schools have cameras in them and buses can too, but he said the school district is obligated to try other measures first, such as assigned seating or student monitors. Well, with her reaction to this story, we're joined from Marystown by Ruby Hoskins with the Federation of School Councils. Well, Ruby Hoskins, I gather cameras on school buses is nothing new because it was already tried on the Burin Peninsula. What happened?
It was about 10 years ago, Debbie, when in my role as president at that time with the Federation of School Councils, that we were advocating for the cameras on the buses across the province. And they were installed here locally on the Burin Peninsula in some buses. And it worked really well for the first year, but it seemed, I guess, as the incidents of bullying seemed to die down, the cameras were unfortunately removed from the buses.
But that sounds like they actually were a deterrent if the bad behavior dropped off.
It did, and there was also discussion around bus monitors on the bus, and we certainly had a large group of people that were willing to volunteer, as I know a lot of it comes down to budgetary issues with government and the district. But we certainly had a large contingent of volunteers that were willing to participate and be monitors on the bus. And I see it being no different now, 10 years later.
Now, the school district says monitors need to be supervised by teachers, and they and cameras come with a cost. That's something Donovan Malloy agrees with. What do you want to say to the school district and government?
Well, 10 years ago, we had school councils that were willing to go out and fundraise for cameras. We have school councils across the province right now that are fundraising for basic necessities in the education system. So this would certainly be no different. I think, again, we're placing a monetary value on the safety of our children. Just to mention the 1.6 kilometer policy that currently exists. If we can't protect our children on a school bus, how is asking a young child to walk to school 1.6 kilometers going to ensure their safety if we can't do that now on a school bus?
And do you buy the notion that monitors have to be supervised by a teacher, or is your solution going the volunteer route?
I think it could be a mixture of both. I think we all have to come together to work to find amicable solutions here. But to say that that responsibility is downloaded to teachers and administrations, I think it's just some, people looking for a fall guy to lay the responsibility at. We have laid enough responsibility and, extra activities on teachers and administrations in our school right now. It's fine to put that in perspective in a school setting, but government needs to supply the resources. We need the guidance counselors, we need psychologists, we even need social workers in the offices and the satellite offices across the province. So to download that responsibility solely on teachers, I think people are just looking for an excuse to lay blame for something that can't be done.
And in this situation of the alleged abuse on the school bus and the calls from parents for the cameras and monitors, do you think that government and school districts should be more proactive rather than react to a situation like this?
We've had 10 years of being reactive to crisis, Debbie, and I think we've seen where that has gotten us. The Federation identified 10 years ago the concerns around mental health and addictions, with bullying. Here we are 10 years later still advocating for the same improvements. So I think it's time to change the Schools Act and amend it to be more reflective of today's society and the needs that are there in the school system to provide safety and a safe and caring school environment for all students.
Ruby Hoskins, thank you very much for joining us.
Thank you, Debbie.
New business opened in St. John's yesterday. You got cats on one side, coffee on the other. Who could ask for anything more? That's coming up. Welcome back to Here and Now. Cats and caffeine. That's the simple business plan of a new cafe in downtown St. John's. The Mad Catter is a place to grab a Java and then gently grab and pet a playful feline in the coffee shop's cat lounge. The place is so busy now that you have to get a reservation, but it's okay. I know people, so let me take you inside the Mad Catter. So tell me about this business idea.
So my business partner and I were traveling around Europe quite a bit, and we visited a couple of cat cafes over while we were there, and we kind of fell in love with the idea. It was something really exciting and something that we really wanted to bring to the city. They do exist elsewhere in Canada, so we thought it would be a really good idea to bring one here, and that's what we did.
All right, so you've got cafe, the coffee part, and felines, the cat part. Tell me about how these come together.
Well, one thing that's important to clarify is that they are in fact quite separate. You know, in order to comply with local health regulations, we did have to separate the two areas completely from one another. So we've got a takeout coffee bar, which people can go in, grab a coffee and a snack, which they are then welcome to bring in with them into the lounge if they'd like.
Like the cat lounge.
Yes.
Right.
So it provides just a little bit, something for them to do, a little different than your typical cafe atmosphere, of course. Something that's fun and exciting, and of course all the cats are up for adoption. So if they find one that they fall in love with, they might be able to take it home.
Okay, so what do? They got like the coffee in one hand and the cat in the other. Like, do they just come and say, hey, I want to adopt this one?
So we don't actually handle the adoptions here. So
right.
The cats all come from Humane Services, and they are responsible for, they still maintain full responsibility over the adoption process. So we do have the forms available. If someone's interested in a cat, they can speak with one of the staff members, and they can provide them with the form that they can submit to Humane Services.
So I understand that you actually already have one person who likes caffeine and cats who's already adopted one?
Yes, we received notification from Humane Services today that we had our first adoption. It's Bella, who I don't think is around right now,
right.
but we knew she'd be gone pretty quick. She's very social. She rules the roost. She's definitely in the charge. So we're really excited that she's going to be able to find a good home now.
So how'd you feel when you realized that, or you found out that one of your customers has actually come here and they've done a good deed and adopted a cat?
It was very exciting. They were actually in yesterday evening. They didn't apply directly through us, but they were in talking about the cat and talking about their interest in adopting her. And when I got the call today, it was really encouraging. It kind of reminds us exactly why we're doing this and helping find homes for these cats who've been up for adoption for a while, and maybe their personalities don't really get to shine in a shelter environment, but here people are able to interact with them a little more closely.
So what do you think of this place?
I love it so far. This is my first time. I think they only opened yesterday, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm enjoying it so far.
Mm-hmm. What's that little cat doing? Oh, look, he's found somebody else. So what is it you like about cats?
Everything. Everything. I have my own cat. We rescued her from an abandoned car, and she's been my love ever since.
Probably a bit jealous that you're here right now.
She's gonna be when I get home. Definitely. She's gonna smell me and be like, where were you? Cheating on me with other cats.
All right, obviously, if you're going to open a business like this, you've got to be somebody who really likes cats. What is it about cats?
What isn't it about cats? I think the thing that I admire about them so much is they're very independent. I'm an animal lover. I love dogs too. Nothing against dogs, but I have a cat myself. And they do their own thing, but they have their own personalities. Once you get to know them, they're all so different, and they just have a lot of love to give if you give them the time.
What's that saying? Dogs have masters and cats have staff?
That's definitely true.
All right, well, I've seen some cats calling here, and I think I'm going to take one, but can you get some pictures? Because I have to send these home to get permission.
Absolutely.
All right, perfect.
Oh,
yes.
you big ham.
Yeah, every time I'm sent out in one of these stores, I bring a cat home. But they're
I did ask Anthony when he came back, so did you take one home?
No,
you loved one, but he's got two at home,
No,
so that's...
My better half would kill me. I should mention, on top of the coffee, there is a admission charge if you want to go in, but I think you're allowed to stay for 45 minutes. But the place was packed and lines up, people making reservations, coming back later. It's starting off well for that business.
Well, it was an amazing day in St. John's. Rain across much of the province. Have some rain on the way tonight for St. John's, and continuing tomorrow. I'll have all the details coming up next.
Welcome back once again. And we're going to have a look ahead, farther ahead in the weather.
Absolutely. Have a little look at the weekend, and particularly tomorrow night is when the real weather is coming for the west and central. So I'm going to start with a look at current temperatures in the province. It's still 15 degrees in Bonavista and St. John's right now. Corner Brook, 10 degrees. It was quite warm early this morning, but temperatures have been dropping pretty steadily all day there today. So for tonight, this is where most of the weather is going to be. Labrador looking nice and clear overnight tonight, but this band of relentless rain will continue through across the Avalon Peninsula and also Burin Peninsula overnight tonight. About 5 to 10 millimeters of rain associated with that. But tomorrow, this is what we're looking at with this band coming up through in the evening hours. So about 5 millimeters of rain expected for the St. John's area during the day tomorrow. 15 millimeters for Marystown, and about 5 for the west coast, but that's just to start. Late in the afternoon, those showers are going to start to move in and then intensify as we get into Friday night. So as we head up to Labrador, quite nice actually. It's looking tomorrow, 14 degrees in Happy Valley Goose Bay, 13 in Cartwright with a mix of sun and clouds. So a nice way to start off the weekend tomorrow in Labrador. So we do have this special weather statement in effect. Baver Peninsula over to Bonavista North, right down to Port aux Basques. It's going to be really rainy, and particularly in the Port aux Basques area, it's going to be very, very windy. No wind warnings in effect at the moment, but there will be some very strong gusts there tomorrow night, and you can see how big this system is. Lots of rain associated with this. 25 to 40 millimeters of rain expected on the west coast and in through the Baver Peninsula and over in the Bonavista area as well. So Labrador, though, looking quite nice tomorrow. A few showers moving through on Saturday. So you can see Saturday morning things are looking pretty cloudy, still showery for much of the island. The east is going to see mostly a cloudy day on Saturday with a chance of showers. Some rain pushing through Labrador on Saturday, starting in the west, moving to the east and Happy Valley Goose Bay. But look at these temperatures. Another 19-degree day in St. John's forecast. So mostly cloudy skies on Saturday with a chance of showers start the day. Cloudy with showers for central and for the west, but nice and warm. For Labrador, much cooler, a chance of showers in the west, 7 degrees as the high there. So as we head into Sunday, we have this band of showers again affecting the east. So the Avalon mostly affected by that. And we have the chance of some flurries coming through for Lab West on Sunday. So cool, much cooler than it was on Saturday for the island. 13 degrees for central and the east. A chance of flurries for the west on Sunday. So as we head into the 5-day, Monday, Tuesday, we're in the lower teens mark in terms of temperature. Some cloudy skies coming on Tuesday for central. Very similar setup there as well. For the west coast, a chance of showers on Monday, and then lots of cloud cover there on Tuesday. And for eastern Labrador, clearing off on Tuesday. And for western Labrador, some cooler temperatures for sure. Kind of around the freezing mark, and a mix of rain and some possible flurries on Monday. That's your forecast. Back to you guys.
Thanks, Carolyn. Well, we are going back to the night market in Mount Pearl, where a swarm of pop-up businesses are bringing people together in Centennial Square.
Here now, Zach Gowdy is there and joins us live. So Zach, I want to know two things. One, what are you bringing back for Debbie and me? And what stands out for you there tonight?
Well, the food for me is the star of this attraction. That's the answer for your first question. We'll see. I've made it to the front of the line by virtue of our television powers. But when I go to be a customer, I'm going to wait all the way in the back. So I hope if you're working late, maybe I'll bring you home a plate. But this is right where the action is. This is the Saucy Mouth food truck. Normally operates out of Bonavista. Has made the move here tonight from Mount Pearl at the night market, and it is one of the star attractions. Here with Mark Barnes, who's at number 20. You're waiting on order number 20, is that right?
I am indeed, yeah. How you doing?
How long have you been waiting for your plate, Mark?
About an hour.
About an hour?
Yeah.
Worth the wait, I'm sure, by the looks of it.
For sure, yeah. It's really good food.
What have you ordered?
Frita Papas.
Frita Papas. This is like the loaded street fries that hopefully we'll get a picture of here for you guys now in a moment. Mark, how do you feel about this market, all these different businesses coming together in one place?
It is fantastic. How you doing? Yeah, it's great, yeah.
It's the kind of thing that, you know, doesn't happen every day, and you can definitely see the people here in Mount Pearl were waiting on this, eh?
Yes, yeah. A lot of people are waiting, but soon enough everybody's going to get their order and we'll all be happy and satisfied.
I saw there was the best kind cupcake bakers on the other side. We're just about to sell out. People have been waiting there since mid-afternoon. And I mean, Mark, you're from Mount Pearl, is that right?
I am indeed, yes.
So how does it feel when something like, you know, special and cool like this comes out to your neck of the woods?
I just feel elated, really.
Yeah.
It's you know, a chance to get out and just meet people and enjoy the company of the city pedestrians and city civilians.
That's really awesome, man. But you can definitely tell it's something people have been looking forward to. Anthony, Debbie, I hope I'm going to bring you back some food, but I don't know. Ted and I have worked up an appetite here, so no promises. Hopefully we'll get you at the next night, Mark.
Okay.
Take care, man.
Thanks so much, Zach. It's great to see all those people out there enjoying themselves. That food must be good to wait an hour.
If you're waiting an hour, it's got to be worth it. I think he's hungry.
Well, here's today's viewer photo of the day. Lots of photos this week of the beautiful moon every night tonight. Of course, this one is photoshopped, but I just thought it was...
Okay. I was worried.
Surely, I am assuming that the moon is not the size of Signal Hill, but just a fun shot anyways. Wanted to show it to you. Yeah, easy to guess where it was, but here it is.
It's a dandy.
Yeah.
Welcome back once again. So, did you ever get into a tug of war with a tornado? What about one made of fire?
You said get in the truck,
We've seen this online. These crews are near Vanderhoof in British Columbia, and they really have their hands full. Watch here as their hose gets sucked up into the fire tornado. There it goes. And that hose eventually melts completely.
It was shot last month and just shared on Instagram. The firefighter behind this video says the vortex was more than 60 meters tall.
And she figures it pulled the hose up about half that height, so 30 meters in no time. There you see it devouring what's thrown at it.
Isn't nature amazing?
Yeah, and pretty dang terrifying. Wow.
Incredible.
Yep.
Well, this photo is pretty incredible.
Yeah.
It looks like something from Star Wars.
Planets in mirror are larger than they appear.
Absolutely. But still quite a fun shot.
Yes.
Thank you very much to Raymond Wang for posting this one. And if you have a photo, please send it in to nlphotos@cbc.ca.
Mega moon indeed. Well, I saw it earlier in the week, like everybody has been posting pictures, and it was just incredible, but not like that. Anyway, that's our show for tonight. Thanks for being with us. Have a great night.
All right, see you tomorrow.
Good night.